Well, there's a lot of training camp stories coming out with the Browns, and when you go out there at a training camp, I have to admit, there's part of me just wishes they would just like scrimmage for a full quarter. They really don't. They'll have some tackling for a little while and mix the drills up. But a couple of things have come out. Number one is the offensive line. They threw a lot of money into it with Kevin Zeitler, J.C. Treater, a healthy Joel Bitonio got an extension. You know, Joe Thomas, although he doesn't play a whole lot in training camp, I don't care. The offensive line looks better, especially the starters. You know, right tackle, they're still sorting it out between Sean Coleman and Cam Irving. Just because I have to sort of fight the anti-Irving bias, I'm leaning towards Coleman. But I admit, when I've been out there a couple of times, I've not just stared the whole time at the right tackle. You know, I'm not quite that twisted. So, but one thing you see right away with J.C. Treater at center, immediately the line just has more cohesion. You know, we forget how important centers were here because we had Alex Mack here for so many years, and then when he was gone and Cameron Irving took over, you know, what a mess that was. And actually, the Browns have some depth at the position. They've told me, you know, Joe Bitonio is recovering nicely from foot surgery, and John Greco had the same type of surgery, and he's recovering too. Well, Bitonio several months ahead. Greco could be ready early in the regular season, and he would be the backup center, and that would be a good thing. They also have this kid named Sean Ryder who played one game last year. He looked good at center. So I'm saying, all right, offensive line to me looks good. I'm just talking offense today. Talked a little bit about quarterbacks in another video. Again, people think I'm Brock Osweiler's agent. No, I'm just putting a realistic view on how the Browns should handle the situation. Running backs. You know, somebody said to me the other day, and he might be right, he goes, you know, the best looking receiver out there is Duke Johnson, the running back. I'm wondering if the Browns don't take Duke Johnson. They may not call him a slot receiver, but put him over there at slot receiver, because the receiving core is thin, very thin. You know, there's veteran Kenny Brett. He took over for Terrell Pryor. He hasn't played a ton when I've been out there to see, but yeah, look, this guy's been in the league. He caught 66 passes or whatever last year. He's a pretty good player. Corey Coleman, he has some nice moments. He has some moments not so good, and some moments where you worry about his hamstring. And I hate to be that way about a first-round draft pick from a year ago, but I'm very concerned about that. The other receivers that I've seen there, whether you're talking about Jordan Payton, Rashard Higgins, Rennell Hall, this guy named, these other guys, they just look like guys right now. There's not much going on. And David Njoku has been dropping a lot of balls. He's been dropping a lot of balls, like I keep mispronouncing his name. And so Njoku is finally, Hugh Jackson said the other day, he's got to catch the freaking ball. Too many drops, tight end. They're counting on him and Seth DeVolve. They'll remember, those are the two there. They let Gary Barnidge go. So I think the running game is going to look good because of the offensive line. You got Isaiah Crowell, Duke Johnson, and Matthew Days, one of my favorite guys. I wrote a little bit about him early in the year. 7th-round pick out of North Carolina State, NC State in Raleigh. He gained over 1,000 yards. He's a good receiver. He has shown some stuff, and that's good to have 3 running backs because guess what? Most of the time, one of them gets hurt. Running game looks good. Offensive line looks good. Quarterback, they're still sorting it through, and I'm worried about receivers.